So please welcome to the stage the very funny Mr. Graham Rayner from Dewsbury. Graham!
Evening, you alright, Leeds? Alright, Leeds. Oh, fucking hell. You're good? You're good? My first time gigging here. I had, just before the show, I had 5 guys. Made a real mess of my beard, but it was worth it. First time for everything. And the lady at the counter, she said, "I'm sorry about your weight." I said, "Nah, it's my fault. I fucking eat too much, never stop." So, can you believe it's the 1st of September? The 1st of fucking September, where's the year gone? I said to my wife before I left tonight, "Don't you think it's about time you stopped doing dry January?" She said, "I've asked you 1,000 times, please call it the menopause." She fucking hates that joke. She really hates that joke. I actually said to her, "Would it help if I explained to audiences that vaginal dryness is in no way a problem for you?" And she said, "No, please don't, that'll make it worse." So I don't do that bit anymore. Are you having a good day? Oh, I'm having a fucking great day. 3 reasons I'm having a great day. I'm going to tell you about them because you basically have no option but to listen. So the first reason is I am a fat cunt, right? But I am trying to lose some weight, right? I'm trying to get a bit of timber off. But Friday is cheat day, right? That's how I managed to have 5 guys. And I treated myself at lunchtime to one of my real delicacies, which is, I don't know if you know it, I had a bottle of Mars milk. Anyone know Mars milk? Yeah? Who said yeah over there? It's lovely, isn't it? Isn't it delicious? Oh, I love it. Just once a week, bottle of Mars milk, lovely. My wife said to me though, "You're 45, grow the fuck up, it's not meant for you, it's meant for kids." Right? And I said, "But I find it delicious. And if my mum's still happy to express, I don't... She's not, she died 14 years ago. I've just got a big chest freezer. Second reason I'm having a good day today is I've treated myself to a nice, masculine, manly trip to the Tip. Give us a shout if you'd like to go to the Tip. Come on. I live in Dewsbury, as he mentioned, as Lewis mentioned, home of 2008 Celebrity Mum of the Year, Karen Matthews. I had my fucking house searched. I didn't find anything. I've got to look up. I'm not a fucking moron. No, I went to the Tip, I just decorated my daughter's bedroom, ripped out all the fitted wardrobes, and the reason I like going to the Tip is my missus has no idea how long it's meant to take, so I can spin it out for an extra hour or so. Yeah, I went to the Tip, loaded on Monday with these wardrobes. Now, what Dewsbury lacks in parenting role models, it does have a great tip to make up for it, which means it's fucking hard to get in, right? So I drive up in a Monday, I get there, and Malcolm comes out of his little hut, right? High-vis vest, camouflage trousers, not sure if he wants me to fucking see him or not, right? He flags me down like that, and then he does this, right? So 2024 Monday on, he's doing that, so I do this. Hi Malcolm, I'm back again. He looks me up and down like that. "What you got?" I said, "What do you mean? What, have I got a mirror all the time? What's the problem?" He went, "I mean, what have you got?" I said, "Well mate, what haven't I got? I've got anxiety, I've got depression. I've got premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. I've got a fucking BMI higher than my credit rating." And he went, "No. Have you got wood?" I said, "I've just fucking told you about my erectile dysfunction, pal." He nearly spoiled my trip to the Tip, but I've got away with it. And the third reason I'm having a great day today is, and I think the blokes in the room will understand what I mean, I wouldn't dream to speak for you women, it's 2023, but men will definitely get this. It's brand new, fresh out of the packet underpant day. Oh my fucking god, they're amazing. I've gone up market this time, right? I've gone bamboo. Anyone tried those? Bamboo? Who knew you could get pants made out of bamboo? As you can see, I'm quite big, not in that way. I suffer from the chub rub, right? And on a warm day, very occasionally a crusty gossip, which can be very uncomfortable. And my friend said to me, "You want to get on those step ones, the bamboo pants?" Fucking hell, they're 18 quid a pair, but they're worth every penny. Oh my god. bag is as fresh now as it was when I got out of the shower this morning at 8 o'clock. You can genuinely eat your gooch off my eat your dinner off my gooch right now. And I parked, they made of bamboo. I parked down at the Corn Exchange, walked round to here, got noshed off by a panda bear. At least he said it was a panda bear. Nice to meet you again, Ling Ling. Anyway, what can I tell you about myself? I'm a husband and I'm a father. I've got 2 kids, 9 and 11. Now, I know a lot of you watch GB News. I'll just explain. I don't call my kids 9 and 11. That's not their names. That would be, even for someone from Dewsbury, that would be really bad taste from me. Naming my kids after the world's most famous terrorist incident in which 2,977 people lost their lives. That'd be fucking awful and bad taste. Anyway, I will tell you about Fred and Rose though. They are great kids. They're great kids. They are growing up too fast though. Recently realised it was time to have the sex talk with them. Give us a shout if you've got kids that you've had to have the sex talk with. No one? You don't care? Just let them get pregnant at 9, that's fine. Fucking hell. No, so yeah, it's difficult knowing when the time was, but we realised the time had come when my son Fred and I had been watching all of the Marvel Avengers films on Disney Plus in storyline order, and we got to Black Widow, and suddenly, 7 minutes into the film, Scarlett Johansson appears head to toe in black skin-tight lycra, and what I heard was, there she is. I was like, is that my inner monologue leaking out? Oh no, it's fucking Fred next to me on the sofa. Before I could react to it, he went, Dad, how does she make violence so sexy? I immediately texted my wife and said, break open the emergency sex talk kit, the time has arrived. My wife is a school teacher, she had a full lesson plan. She said, we've got to do it properly, we've got to use, we've got open answers to all of their questions, honest, don't make it awkward, don't make it embarrassing, we use all the proper anatomical names like penis and twat, we're not mucking about. And we did what we thought was a fucking great job. We sat them down, we said to them, sex is fun, sex is not to be ashamed of, sex is fun, it's better if you're in a relationship, but you don't have to be in a relationship, as long as you respect yourself and your partner, as long as you understand the meaning of consent, that's fine. We talked about safe sex, we talked about contraception, showed them how to put a condom on, we did fucking everything. Walked away thinking, Shannon Matthews' mum 1, Rayner family 1. Dewsbury's back on level scoring for parenting, right? Next day, I spoke to my daughter, I said, have you got any follow-up questions? She went, no. It has put me off of ever having sex though, Dad. And it turns out, we should have used like a banana or a cucumber or something. You live and learn, don't you? Live and learn. But it genuinely terrifies me that kids now, where are they going to learn about sex from? Now, I'm in my mid-40s. Give us a shout if you were born in the 70s or earlier. Right. And where did we learn about sex from? Porn and the movies. Yes? Yes, that's where before I had any sex, and actually after I had some very mediocre sex at the beginning, that's where I learned about sex from, porn and the movies. And by porn, what I mean is my older brother's magazines when I could price the pages apart. Right? And by the movies, what I mean is Basic Instinct on VHS on that one scene, over and 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 over until the tape broke, right? I do not want my kids learning about sex from porn in 2023, because it's very different, isn't it, now? Isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking shit. You watch him pretend he doesn't fucking... You're on the black web, I can fucking see it in your eyes. Somebody check that man's hard drive. The reason I don't want my kids to learn about sex now from porn in 2023 is my wife and I were very happily married, but look at me, I'm going to die first. If my wife remarries, I don't want my daughter Rose thinking she has to immediately sleep with her new stepdad. I don't want my son Fred thinking that if we were to walk into a room and happen upon 2 strangers having sex, that what society demands of him is to strip off and join in without even saying hello. And I don't want either of them thinking that's how you pay for a taxi. So you do fucking watch it, don't you? Although it's not so much fake taxi as fake hearse. Just a judgment call, that's it. So what I'm going to do in my last few minutes now, I've got about 6 minutes left, I've got a campaign that I'm doing for realistic sex in mainstream Hollywood movies, just to teach the kids about what real sex is like. Because, are you two a couple? You two a couple? When was the last time you two had sex that in any way resembled anything you saw in mainstream Hollywood films? Ever? Never? No, good. I mean, you look slightly terrified, but that's fine. I would be if I was with Mr. Neck Tattoo as well, but that's fine. It looks like just pure submission required, isn't it? So, bite down on that, shut the fuck up. Right. So I'm going to give you some scenarios. I'm going to go with heterosexual sex because, well, I've read the room. I want to get out alive. If you're in a same-sex relationship, that's fine. Doesn't bother me. You can do the conversions yourself. It's like imperial to metric. Or when you go to France and you've only bought a 3-prong plug. You know, you'll work it out. You'll work it out. These two definitely have. First situation, the woman goes up on a man, she's riding a man, she's facing him. I believe they call that cowgirl, am I right? I'm not asking you, fella. You went very Jethro, then, you're for her, there. It's fucking, you just put the tractor in park and off you go. Woman's on top of the man riding him, she's riding him really vigorously, and then he suddenly says, stop. Don't fucking move. Don't breathe. Don't twitch. Don't do that weird milky thing you seem to have learned how to do. Because if you do, wheel are done for. How old are you, mate? 47. Easily half an hour. Right? And at that point, through an open window comes a breeze, and he just does an awkward shudder. He says, sorry, love, we'll have to go again in half an hour to 45 minutes. And at that point, she dismounts elegantly, like that. She does that walk to the bedroom door, just from the knees down. Which when I gigged in Liverpool recently, they told me it's called the cum run. She gets to the bedroom door, she looks over her shoulder, she gives him a wink and a smile, and out of nowhere she produces an entire, pristine, unused, brand new toilet roll. She throws it to him with love. And says, you clean yourself up, love, I'm just off to DJs. Margot Robbie, Tom Hardy, we're all going to watch it, and kids are going to learn that sex isn't perfect, aren't they? You think it's a good idea? Get on the curriculum, yes? Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo, but okay, thanks for reading. The next scenario, we never see doggy-style sex in movies anymore, do we? So we're going to go with very specific doggy-style sex, okay? The sort of doggy-style sex, you need to know the backstory. They've been together, let's say, 24 years, they've been married for, I don't know, 20 years. They've got 2 kids, two dogs, a house with a mortgage, a car on finance, all of these logistical ties keeping them together, but actually, they kind of don't really like each other anymore. They're kind of just coexisting. And, you know, it's just too difficult to leave each other. And on this evening, they've decided a hate fuck is better than a wank. He's really, really rattling her, sir. Really rattling her. But just as he gets to the good bit, just feels his hamstring pull. Really fucking tight. He thinks it's going to split in two. He actually starts screaming in pain. And she's thinking, fucking hell, the passion's finally back, right? And at that point, he's gone past the point of no return, and he has what I call a crampgasm. We'll get Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie back together for that one, because they fucking hate each other, no acting required, right? Are you still convinced? Is anybody not convinced this is a good idea to show to sort of 12, 13-year-olds? I'll give you one final example before I go, okay? I think from that, kids are going to learn, you know, limber up before sex. You'll ruin it otherwise, right? Especially if you're past 30, you know. But, all right? No, good, excellent. Somebody passed that woman a mop. The last scenario is the one that I think would be the pièce de résistance, the coup de grâce, the actually perfect example of realistic sex and how kids can affect it, how it really is in a relationship. But I don't think they would do it in Hollywood. I don't think the producers, even Weinstein, wouldn't go for this one, right? But I know that it's realistic because it happened to me just last month in August. Because in August, my wife and I celebrated 2 anniversaries. We celebrated our dating anniversary and our wedding anniversary. 24 years since we started dating, 20 years of marriage. Over that time, we've acquired together a house with a mortgage. a car and finance, 2 kids, 2 dogs. What we did was we made August to celebrate one of the months in which we actually have sex. We did it the right way. We packed Fred and Rose off to bed nice and early. Now, what I mean is, being from Dewsbury, what we did was we dosed them up with Calpol, stuck them under the divan in the spare room for a couple of hours. You know, when in Rome. Shut the door, dimmed the lights, laid out our favourite sex towel on the bed to save a load of washing. We've got a gusher in row 3. Nice to meet you, sir. Well played. Not everyone can make a woman do that. But our favourite sex towel, we started the way that we've become accustomed over the years, our comfortable way of starting sex. We was spooning. I was, of course, the big spoon, or as my wife likes to call me, the ladle. Basically, my friend, I was playing it like a double bass. Okay? I've already stretched them off, my hammies are in tip-top condition. This is going to be a night to remember. Before we can move on to cowgirl, what should happen? The bedroom door flings open. And there's young Fred, rubbing his eyes. He's escaped, he's awake. Now, before we can cover ourselves up, before we can think of an excuse for what we were doing, before we can hide the sex towel and the nipple clamps, he said 2 things. In fact, he shouted them, 2 words that are going to stay with me for the rest of my married life. He shouted, "Hi-ho!" and he ran out of bed. And he dived headfirst on the bed. And as I leave you now, Leeds, I've got to tell you, it was probably the weirdest orgasm I've ever had. You guys have been wonderful. I've been Graham